71. Friday night, mostly cloudy, chance of late night showers, low 49. 40% chance of showers all day. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high near 65.
It's 66 degrees.
It's time for the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM. Live from the Old Bridge Grill at Old Bridge Golf Course, the Rebel Roundup is a weekly football show about Boyle County football with the coaching staff of the Rebels. Now, here's your host of Rebel Roundup, Steve Bertram.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome to Rebel Roundup. We are at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. I got a lot of great food for you here. Call in for carryout 859-236-1237. That's call ahead for carryout 859-236-1237. Now here are some of the great things they have for you here. The Old Bridge Burger, that's a half-pound juicy Angus beef burger. Par 3 burger, just a little bit smaller, but the same great meat. Grilled ribeye sandwiches, grilled chicken breast sandwiches, cod fillet, chicken salad, chicken tenders. It's all for you right here at Old Bridge. And you can come in and eat out. There is seating here in the restaurant, and if you want to go out on the patio, that's available too. They have lots of appetizers like french fries, tater tots, onion rings, battered mushrooms, pretzels and beer cheese, pepper jack shots, plus hot wings, banana pepper rings, mozzarella sticks, and mini corn dogs. Again, call ahead for carryout 859-236-1237. That's Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. We're joined tonight by Boyle County head coach Justin Haddix. Last week in high school football, Boyle rolled over North Hardin 65-14. Christian Academy of Louisville cruised past Mercer County 51-7. Casey County beat Taylor County 32-12, and Southwestern shut out Lincoln County 48-0. Danville, Garrett County, and Anderson County all had open dates. This Friday night on Hometown Radio, we're going to have Danville at Bullitt East on WHIR FM 103.9. Garrett County at McCreary Central. Z105, hometownlive.net. Mercer County at Western Hills on WHBN FM 99.5. All those games kick off at 7:30. Wayne County is going to be at Casey County, and Jeffersontown is at Anderson County. Boyle County and Lincoln County have open dates. And also Saturday, UK football, big matchup for the Cats. They're ranked 7th. They'll be at number 14, Ole Miss. Pregame at 10, kickoff at noon on Z105. Justin, were you surprised that your ball club rang up 65 on North Hardin?
I was wondering how we scored that many points. You know, that was something that was going through the game. I was like, how did we score at the end of it? I was like, how did we score 65? I don't. But I felt like we were rolling. We got going on offense. Obviously had a few little mistakes there that we need to clean up. You can't turn the ball over. We get down on the 1 or the 2 and end up turning the ball over. And, you know, those are things you can't have happen. We gave up 2 big plays right there for the half. And granted, that kid's a really good player, but that's not to the standard that we play. And that's what we constantly coach. And we told our kids on Sunday at film, you know, a lot of people on Sunday at film, if you win 65-14, they're all high fives. At our place, the standard's a standard. It is what it is, and you know, we want to play better. And saw some good things, saw a lot of things we got to work on, because our final goal is not to just win that game and to not to win, you know, it's to win this one coming up, to get better each week. And we constantly go on that. Now, obviously, we give some high fives and we made some good blocks and we do that, but we put a lot of focus on that negative and correcting the mistakes.
You know, I've seen a lot of high school football. I don't remember seeing someone go into a gear like Boykins did on that first touchdown. I saw what happened on the second one, but it looked like 3 or 4 Boyle County players had the angle on him as he went up the sidelines, and he's the real deal.
He's good. He can run. You know, I mean, that's a big thing. Once he gets there, he's a big kid, and he can run. He's got good ball skills, all those things that they can go with. I didn't feel like we were particularly very physical on that play. I feel like on the screen, you know, we had a guy jump inside, and we constantly say, hey, we're outside, we're setting the edge of the defense, we want to do this, and then we had 2 missed tackles, and he outrun the other one. So give credit to him, but I would like to make it a lot tougher on him, getting in the end zone those 2 times he did.
He had a lot of balance on defense. Jace Crow had a big game, led you in tackles with 9. Dalton Stone had 8. Brock Driver 6. Tommy Ziesmer had 5. So it was a lot of people doing what needed to be done.
Yeah, and that's what it takes. Defense has got to be the constant. I felt like we did a good job containing the quarterback. You know, really, you take those 2 plays away. They couldn't run the ball, and you take those 2 deep balls away. You know, the screen that we didn't pursue very well, and then the deep ball I don't feel like we competed enough for. But you take those 2 plays away, I mean, pretty much a perfect game by our defense.
The big game for Avery Bodner, 198 total yards. He had 117 rushing, 81 receiving on 7 passes. Sage got he divvied the ball around to everybody.
Yeah, you know, getting the ball, we've got some guys. You look at our reception here, you get Tavy and Avery and Cole, which, you know, Cole's going to be out for the year more than likely. Keenan Stewart and Will Alexander, getting Jakey back in there, you know, kind of gives you another big, tall weapon that he gives you on offense. So we've got some guys to distribute the ball to, and Avery carries the ball a lot for us, but he's also showing his versatility of him making plays out on the edge, you know, catching the ball. And when you got a guy who can do both those things, we could put him in any position, and he knows the routes, and he could go run it and probably be one of our best receivers. So just a talented young man that get the ball to him, and he's tough to tackle. You know, I think this little cooler weather where he's playing both ways, I think it helps him. He's almost like a big lineman. You know, they start playing a little better when it gets colder.
I thought he was a little rusty against Bowling Green, but he looked like he was ready to go against North Hardin.
Yeah, he was, and you can see that. You know, I've seen some in Bowling Green. I've seen it in North Hardin. It was that guy who was running late last year against some of those runs and doing that stuff. He's just tough to tackle. He's getting downhill. He's doing that. And then you look, Dalton Stone got in, made some big carries for us last week too. So we've got some guys that can carry the ball and can run it. And you know, we're getting better up front blocking them. And you hope that's a recipe for success as we move forward and just continue to get better at it.
The 14 points I know bothered you, but still that may have been take away those 2 plays. And of course, everybody can say, well, take away these 2 plays or this and that and everything, but your defense just did a marvelous job.
Yeah, I think so. They set the tone as far as we talk about stopping the run. We've got to stop the run, make them do this, and you know, for most of the time we had a good pass rush. We were here getting on him, and he's an athletic quarterback that can run, and you know, they're a really big offensive line. Just proud of the way that we played on defense, and I feel like offensively we played well too. I think we had to punt once maybe, just execution a little bit there. We had a couple penalties. You know, they called a crack one touchdown we had. They called a crack block. You know, we cracked block on film. It looked like he led with his hands. They said we didn't. It's an interpretation of what you see, and I felt like it was a good block. They called it a penalty. It's a penalty, so we had to back it up. You know, so if you're looking at some penalties, then I think we had one more hold in that. But other than that, I feel like it was a pretty clean game.
Talking about the defense, and you know, John Turpin comes off the bench, plays hard. He's had 5 tackles this year, 4 tackles for loss. It's pretty impressive. I mean, he had one Friday night.
Yeah, John Turpin is a kid. If you wish if he had one more year, you know, like if he was a junior, and what he is, and he's actually young, but he's a very smart kid. But he has changed his body and went from where he was as a freshman to where he is now as a senior. Just talks about the hard work and things that he's done, and he's there, he's getting there. You know, he's just behind some really good players, but when he's got his opportunity, he's made the most of it. And I'll tell you one thing that he does is he makes our offensive line, we have to block him. He's a scout team nose guard a lot, and he gives us trouble. And we're, you know, that's what I constantly tell our defensive coaches is we got to find a way. I mean, we can't block him, and I feel like we're pretty good on offense. But that's just part of the team and what it all takes. You know, so everybody just sees a lot on Friday nights, and you see this and you see that. But those guys that do that every day and every time that are playing is what makes a football team. And you know, that just that makes everybody better. The competition.
6-0 on the year. 19 straight wins, most currently in the state, and you know, you don't have to have that kind of stuff going on for somebody to want to take aim at you.
Well, the only time I ever hear those numbers right there is when I'm out here with you. I don't hear those numbers any place else. We don't allow that going on in our office, in our locker room. That's the only time I've heard. I couldn't tell you. If somebody really asked me how many we won in a row, I couldn't tell you. I just know, we won last week. And you know, this is what we did. This is who we played this week. And that's the honest truth, and that's what we preach to our kids about. You know, you can't sit and get complacent. You can't say, hey, you know, we're this good. You get every day. Every day you got to prove it. You know, every day you got to prove it. Every Friday you got to prove yourself about how good you are. You're only as good as your last play, your last game. So we've got to continue to get better. And I feel like our leadership is getting there. We had a great, you know, for an off week, an open week, we practiced, had one Monday was kind of a light day, and then we had 3 really tough days, and I'm going to give them tomorrow off. So they get tomorrow and Saturday off, and hey, we start Sunday for Lexington Catholic and ready to roll.
The defense, 51 tackles for loss this year, 11 sacks, 10 interceptions, 10 fumble recoveries. This is some pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, if you look at it, you talk about winning the turnover battle. I felt like we really won the turnover battle. I don't know how many. I know we had 1 fumble last week, and we've thrown 3 picks, so we've turned it over 4 times, and we've got 20 turnovers, I think is what it is, what you just said. So, you know, that's pretty good. Anytime you can do that, I don't like the 3 picks or the fumble, which is a 0, but, you know, that's kind of is what it is.
Sage Dawson had another good game. Even though he didn't throw a single touchdown pass, he, for the game, was 18 of 23 for 167 yards.
He's getting more comfortable. I said today we were working some deeper routes, and we were doing something on the way over here. I was with Coach Mills, and I said, Sage looked better throwing the ball today. Sage looked, you know, doing this, and we were 19 of 20. You know, throwing a long, deep out, what we call it. And, you know, it's a tough pass to go. The wind was blowing, and you know, he was putting the ball where it needs to be. I think he's getting more comfortable. He's getting his feet in rhythm, throwing the ball. And if you look, we kind of got on our receivers. That was some of the laughing about, or not really laughing, but we was kind of getting on them about, why are we getting tackled inside the 5? Don't y'all want to score touchdowns, you know, or you know, catch this ball, catch and do this, and go score with it. Because we get inside there, if we can line up and run it in, we're going to take what you give us. And every time stay guys out of the box, we got in our power set and let Brock run it downhill, let all our backs go.
All right, we're going to talk more about Boyle County football right after these messages, back in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hey everybody, this is Eddie Montgomery from Montgomery Gentry, and I want to invite all my friends and neighbors to come join the fun at Old Bridge Golf Club. From the best hamburgers you can eat to a golf course that's fun and hard to beat, we got it going on at Old Bridge.
And Eddie, I'll start my music career. Everybody can hear me sing just like John Daly out at Old Bridge.
Oh, no, Mike. No. Come on out and join us for golf, food, fellowship, and fun at Old Bridge, and I'll keep Mike from singing. Please, hurry.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
It's Chastity at ADA Heating and Air. Contacting us just got easier. Check us out online at adaheatingandair.com to get information on services and products we offer, schedule service, set up an estimate. You can even fill out a credit application for financing and let us know how we did with our satisfaction survey. Call us at 859-519-6382.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
Real hope for a better life addiction-free starts at Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville.
I would say don't put it off any longer, because anybody who is in addiction, it's on their mind daily to get out of the madness. So if you got people that are counting on, give them the greatest gift that you could ever give them. Stop waiting, do it today.
Confidential outpatient treatment. We are a MAT prescriber. Medicaid and Medicare accepted. Free child care and transportation available. Start your recovery now. Call Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville at 236-9598.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
This Saturday, Coach Stoops and the Cats head south to Oxford for an early day SEC battle. Ole Miss Rebels and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown, Kentucky!
The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats, and the hits is WRNZ FM C105.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
And we are back here on the Old Bridge Rebel Roundup here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. They'll tell you when it's going to be ready. Show up, pick your food up, and have a wonderful supper tonight from Old Bridge. They've got lots of salads, wraps, more. They've got quesadilla with chicken or steak, your choice, grilled chicken wrap, a chicken bacon ranch wrap, plus hot dogs, grilled cheese, shrimp and fish baskets, pizza, 12-inch cheese, pepperoni, or sausage, and plenty of sides. All their sides are cooked to order. Crinkle cut fries, onion rings, tater tots. It's all right here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. And again, you can eat in or carry out. Call ahead for carry out at 859-236-1237. We brought up Tommy Ziesmer before the break, and does he ever get frustrated having to fight against 2, 3, however many they send against him?
Sometimes, but he understands the deal. And, a lot of times if we still expect him to make a lot of plays and do what he's got to do. If they got to double him, then somebody else got to step up and do their thing. But his expectations, obviously, he wants to make tackles, and he knows he's going to be the focus of the other team, and he has been for the last 2 years. So he understands what's going on.
You're a marked man. It's just like Boyle County being a marked team. You get the best of everybody.
Yeah, when we go play, and I said we watch film on some of our guys, and you're sitting there watching them, and they're not doing anything. Like the receivers are walking off, and they're not blocking the DBs. They're not really doing very well on the edge. And I said, guys, they're not going to do that against us. We're going to get their best. They're going to come off, and they're going to play their hardest for 48 minutes, which is great. We get their best. We want to see the best, and, that's what makes you better.
I was talking to the North Hardin broadcast crew before the game, and they said, well, we watched film of the game from Bowling Green game, and said, we kept hearing all this stuff about 36, Tommy Ziesmer, and we were looking to see him do something. He said, never showed up. He said, but while we were watching, we said, man, this 56 kid is pretty tough. I said, well, he's changed his number. He is 56 now. They said, okay, he's pretty good. But like I say, when it seems like when you need a big play, and I mean absolutely need it, he's going to be in that area.
Yeah, and he's going to hold that hand up in there. When he holds that hand up in there, you know he's done something. You know, he's kind of up there. That's kind of his thing. But, you know, Tommy's a great kid. Tommy understands the game. He gets himself ready to go. He understands big games just like everybody else. Very talented, you know, a kid that, hey, Tommy, we need you to play on the O-line. We need you to do here. You've got to come in and be able to play left tackle. You've got to maybe play center. You've got to do this. All right, Coach. You got to, you know how many guys that are a big-time Division I SEC signee, probably the most talented kid I've ever coached in my 15 years, and they've been number 36 and playing DN. They're going to college to play defense, and you say, well, you got to change your number. It's your senior year. You got to change your number. You got to play the O-line, coach, whatever we need. I'll do it. You know, and this I said, I want 56. I want to be like LT. You know, so you know, he's 56, and Sam Wade. Another thing, you know, Sam Wade had 56. Sam Wade's been starting at center. Coach, he's a senior. If he wants it, he can have it. Just as, you know, I get it back next year. You know, and that's just kind of that kind of tells you about. It's not all about that outside. You know, other people outside our circle, they want to make it about this. Well, you're this, you're this, you're this, and it's all about the team. It's all about, hey, everybody for everybody. And you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes for us to be good and for us to win.
2 straight state championships, ranked number 1 in 4A and everything so far. How do you handle this? I mean, you've won state championships as a player, but as a coach, it's a whole different ball game.
It is. It's fun. It's better. It's more enjoyable. It's more. There, you see more. I get more enjoyment now out of seeing a kid get better and grow, and then seeing not just in their ability and what you're coaching them doing this, but just seeing them as a leader. Dalton Stone this year for us. I mean, you know, we played Henderson, and I think I stepped back and I look, and we didn't play to our standard. And, you know, I give him a talk, and I talk to him, and I'm walking away, and I turn around, and Dalton's up talking. He got right where I was, and you know, he's talking to him. And, you know, I took a quick picture. I said, man, I want to remember this moment. Just because we preach this all the time about coach-led or player-led. You know, coach-led teams can be good, player-led teams can be great. And they've had some great people to look at in front of it. You know, before we come out and do any team period, you know, a lot of times they're coming from water, they're running out, they get in a little group, and they come out and they get their own break before they all come out. Hey, let's get focused, let's do this, we got so many plays, let's go. And coaches are waiting on them. We're walking down to the field to get ready for practice. A lot of times they've already started their warm-up, what they're doing. You know, instead of, they're getting so much better at that part, and that's stuff that you can't. You know, I can't go make them do that. They've got to want to go do that, and they understand the standard, and that's probably what I'm most proud of being able to see that. And as his coaches, I've got a great staff, and we hold them to that. You know, we're not going to let, you don't run to the ball. I mean, today, I bet we did, I know the receivers probably did about 40 up downs today, and I know the whole defensive group probably did about 30. And we also went back and restarted, we redid about 10 plays. Because it wasn't held to, we got to do it this way, we're going to run to the football, we're going to execute, we're going to make the call. And sometimes we don't put them in the best situations in those periods. You know, a lot of times we're scripting it. So, you know, on defense, they've got this set up, this blitz, and it could be the worst possible thing. We're blitzing, and they run a screen. Well, are you going to stop? You know, we hope to make the right call every time, but that may not be the perfect call. You've got to be able to adjust and go play football. You've got to be a football player. We don't want robots. You've got to be a football player. And that's just some of the little things. And if we don't run to the ball, they understand the standard. Everybody needs to be around the ball. If you're not, boom, we're going to hit up downs. We're going to hit, hey, this one may be 5, next one's going to be 10. You jump off sides, it's going to be 10. You know, those are all things that it's a constant every day. And we don't talk a whole lot about, like, the first numbers you're talking about. Who's rated, if we're rated number 1, if we did this. Last year's team won the state championship, not this year's team. There were some players on this team that's won that, and were big parts of it, but This leadership didn't win that. You know, it's what are you going to do with your team? How do you going to be remembered as a senior?
The offensive line seems to finally start doing the things that you like.
Oh, man, I mean, talking from, I don't know against Henderson County if I've ever been a part, and we've scored 31 points. I still can't tell you how, because I don't know if we blocked anybody. And we scored 31 against Henderson. But then what about the jump from Henderson to Bowling Green where you run for 300 yards? But we put a big focus on that. Coach Singleton and Coach Lefew did a great job with them. And, you know, we put the focus on, hey, we've got to be physical. This is how we want to play football. This is what we want to do. And they've responded. And we're probably playing 7, 8 guys. You know, you got Sam Wade's a sophomore playing center. You got Colt Kelly, who's a freshman, playing guard, playing center. Houston Bird's a senior coming out, just got back from injury. Noah Clem, senior. You got he's rotating some. Austin Gorley's a junior. He's rotating on defense. Tommy, Cooper Brummett, both playing defense, both playing left tackle. Aiden Gosser's getting in, getting to play some guard and do this, but that helps breed that competition of saying, hey, we're going to rotate you. You come in here and work and do this, you're going to have your shot. And we're going to roll with what's going good right now. Hopefully, you know, we get Andrew Hardwick back. And, you know, maybe he doesn't just have to go play left tackle. Maybe he could play center. Maybe he could play, you know, we're going to put our best 5 on the field. And then in some packages, we can get 7, 8 linemen out there on the field. We've got some that we can do and spread it out and make it tough for people to cover.
Everybody's going through their open dates right now. How do you treat this open date?
We want to focus, and a lot of times, and people may not believe this, but coaches will watch film on the other team and what we got to get ready for, and we're going to have you know, we talk about situations, but a lot of it's about us. We're doing that same thing. Our D-line is doing D-line reads. We do them every day, every defensive day, and we also do them every day, you know, 2 days a week starting in January. So, you know, it's that same thing, that repetitive of, hey, I get a down, I'm going to do this. I get this reach, I'm going to do this. And it's that focusing on us of doing our jobs right than really what we worry about the other team. Because there's only so many things they can do to you. You know, they're either going to pass, they're going to block down, they're going to zone, or they're going to pull. And you know, this is how we combat all those things. And you got to be able to move and adjust, and the quicker you can do it, the better.
I know a lot of teams want to keep the Friday night routine in order on open dates. Will you be doing that tomorrow night?
No, I give them off tomorrow. We went hard. I gave them last Sunday off because we usually come in on Sunday to prep for the next week. Monday we did a run and a lift and watched film and kind of talked about our next opponent. And then Tuesday we had a full offensive day, just like a normal Tuesday, Wednesday, same thing. And then today we had more of a split practice where it's half offense, half defense, but focusing on, hey, this is what we were thinking about running, trying to got ahead in the game plan, I guess, of more installs where we get more reps at those plays. Then tomorrow we're going to get them off.
Corbin got to see a lot of you last week when they came up to watch.
Yeah, I saw some of those guys. It was good to see some of those players that I'd had. And you know, a lot of those guys now were freshmen or in 8th grade whenever I was there. So most of my guys had graduated, you know, that I had. But it was good to see them. I got to see Cameron Combs. He played quarterback for me his freshman year. And Franklin West is a big old lineman they got. Just some other people, you know, that were good. And, you know, got to see some of them.
You're listening to Rebel Roundup. Steve Bertram here along with Boyle County head coach Justin Haddix. We're live from Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
Isaiah House provides holistic substance abuse treatment to help recovering addicts achieve sobriety for a lifetime.
We know what that struggle is. We know how bad that is. We know all the damage and the chaos that we created in the past. But the important part is we can show them the solution.
Kentucky Medicaid accepted for treatment. Call Isaiah House Treatment Center today, 859-375-9200. Isaiah House Treatment Center, real hope for addiction.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Oh, it is so true. A nasty car don't run good. You want to make sure you get your car running great by looking great. Go to Thoroughbred Car Wash off Perryville Road, Danville. Your car will love you for it. Nothing better than a clean car from Thoroughbred Car Wash, Danville.
At the car wash. Working at the car wash, yeah.
That's Thoroughbred Car Wash in the Big Lot Shopping Center.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year at their new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers, 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
Historic Main Street comes alive September 30th through October 2nd with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. It's bigger than ever with double the stages at this year's Oktoberfest in Harrodsburg, where you can catch 3 days of live concerts with everything from 80s hits, reggae, rock to soul, funk, and bluegrass. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park. Admission is free. Visit OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com for full details. That's OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com.
Since 1932, Rumpke has been there for life's everyday messes, and the not-so-everyday ones, too. It's our mission, our purpose, and our commitment to those we serve. We are green guardians, everyday environmentalists, protectors of the planet. We keep neighborhoods and businesses clean and green. Our team offers helping hands, friendly waves, and clean curbs. Rumpke Waste and Recycling. We are so much more than trash collection. Learn more about our family business and the important work we do at rumpke.com.
At ADA Heating and Air, we are honored that you choose us every day for your HVAC needs. We proudly install American-built, American Standard products at the best possible prices. ADA and American Standard, built to a higher standard.
ADA's on the way.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105, WRNZ FM.
And we're back here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant, where you can get one of their faves. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. The Old Bridge Burger, Par 3 Burger, grilled ribeye sandwich. Try that with grilled onions, too. It's delicious. Grilled chicken breast. Chicken breast sandwich also topped with Swiss cheese, grilled onions, and smoky bacon. Cod fillet, chicken salad, chicken tenders, and don't forget to add an appetizer with it. Pepper jack shots, tater tots, French fries, your choice. Onion rings, battered mushrooms, pretzels, and beer cheese. It's all right here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Again, call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. They'll get it going for you on their grill. Joining us now is assistant coach Nick Mills. He's in charge of the DBs, the defensive backs. Your guys are giving up an average of 108 yards a contest. Are you pleased with what they're doing right now?
We've been doing okay, but, you know, at the standard we have at Boyle, you know, there's always room to grow. So, you know, we just got to keep getting after it. We got to keep fine-tuning the little things, you know, when the ball goes in the air, you know, like we got to have the mentality, hey, they're throwing it to us. We got to go get it, you know. So there's always room to grow. They've not done bad so far, but, you know, sky's the limit. Very high expectation.
You've got 10 picks on the year. Tavy Quisenberry's got 3. Avery Bodner and Austin Bodner have 2 apiece. Spread out pretty good. You've got 6 different people that have picked passes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're They're just a great group to coach. They're very coachable. Like I said, Tavy, man, he's a beast back there, like on the back end. You know, the ball's in there. I mean, heck, he can go from sideline to sideline and make plays. You know, you got Avery, and Austin. You know, they both kind of got that edge to them. You got Sage, you know, he plays quarterback. And then, I mean, heck, he barely ever comes off the field. You know, he steps right in there at corner. He started corner for us last year. Will Alexander started corner for us last year. Had a big game against Dankey. You know, he's a pretty good, you know. And, yeah, like we got a good group, man. They work hard, and, you know, they do what they're coached.
One of the things about Boyle County football in the last 25 years has been when they talk about defense, it's black helmets to the ball. Everybody goes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Coach Burns, he says it every day, man. He says we got to have black hats to the ball. We got to have 11 black hats to the ball. We got to swarm, you know, and that's the mentality, you know, is like those guys in the secondary, you know, like they're just not there to play the pass. You know, they better come in with their head on fire too and go make plays in the run.
As far as the defense goes, everybody has to hit. I mean, you can't go out there and be soft and hold somebody up and say, well, so-and-so will get them, or somebody else will pick that up. It's not going to work.
Exactly. You know, and, like, that's what's great about my corners and my safeties, too. You know, like, they take it personal. You know, like, they don't want to just be known as guys who play the pass. You know, like, they want to hit, you know. They like to, you know, like, oh, like, we got to be like linebackers, too, you know. And, like, you know, that's the thing, and, like, that's the mentality. You know, like, we're not soft. We don't just play the pass. You know, we're going to come flying in. Then we're going to play the run, too.
What about your depth right now, Coach?
We got pretty good depth. You know, we got about 7 guys who, you know, they probably see time every game, you know, and that's what's great about the depth is, you know, like if one needs a breather, you know, because, like, he's going a lot both ways, you know, like I feel like we don't skip a beat, you know, to put a guy like Christian McGlone in, to put a guy like Keenan Stewart, you know, Austin Bowden, you know, we stick them in, and, like, we don't skip a beat, you know, they know everything to do, you know, they're getting reps every day, you know, they're making plays, and, you know, they got the confidence, too, that if they go in, then, like, they're going to go make a play.
We haven't talked much about your next opponent, but they've got one of the leading receivers in the state.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things well, Max DeGraff. He's also handles their kicking chores, too.
Yeah. Which, like, we've watched a lot of film on Max DeGraff. He's a good player. You know, he's not the biggest guy, but he's fast. You know, like, he'll go up and get it. And, you know, we got to know this week, you know, like at all times, where's number one we saw on the field. So we've played against big names. We played against big people, fast people. We're for sure looking forward to the challenge.
Their quarterback, not a big guy either. Jackson Wasick, but he's hitting 67% of his passes for something like 1,400 yards. What kind of challenge does your secondary face in that?
Well, like, they got a pretty good group of guys who just go get the ball. You know, like I would say, their quarterback, he throws a pretty catchable ball. You know, but you know, like, we got a pretty good unit. You know, so, like, we are looking forward to it. You know, we're looking forward to getting after it. You know, we think we're going to be able to get, you know, like a little bit of pressure from the D-line. You know, they'll get in there, and, you know, when the ball goes up in the air, we're going to come down with it.
What kind of things have you all been working on this week in practice?
We've just worked, you know, and like back to a lot of just our fundamentals, you know, just base stuff. Let's get our fundamentals down, you know, stuff like running with guys, getting in phase with them, you know, playing up through hands, you know, fighting the ball when the ball's in the air, you know, just like all the small things, just trying to fine-tune those and get those ready to rock.
What have you enjoyed most about coaching at Boyle County?
Man, Boyle has grown me just as a coach in the sense of, you know, like, the standard is so high, and we don't cave the standard for nobody. You know, like, it don't matter if you're, you know, the 8th string. It don't matter if, you know, you're the star player that's going to UK. You know, you're held to that same high standard across the board, you know, and we hold the players to that standard, the coaches to that standard, and, you know, that's what's great about the school system, too, is they like to hold all, like, their students and stuff to that standard, too. You know, it's a special place.
What were your thoughts before you got here?
Well,
is that a fair question?
Oh yeah. Well, like I played Boyle my sophomore year, and we got thumped by them pretty good. That was when they had Lamar, and so
yeah.
Boyle's always been a mystical place, and like not being a part of it, like you may think like, oh, well, like they got all this special stuff they're doing, but like at the end of the day, we just got kids that work their tail off. We got coaches that hold them to a high standard, and we just got a community that loves us. And when you have those things in order for you, like I think good things can happen.
Coaching staff works really well together. It's what we see from the press box looking down.
Yeah.
And
they're great guys. And what's awesome is that there's a lot of us. We're all kind of around about the same age. Like I think I'm the youngest one, and like I'm 28. But we all kind of got kids, and they're all kind of the same age. Like our D coordinator, he just got a new little girl. I guess it was yesterday. So we all kind of got newborns, got kids, and we're all kind of the same age. So we flow together. We all work hard, and we all push each other.
All right. Well, good luck to you and the Rebels and your secondary, and we hope everything goes well for you the rest of the year.
Thank you, sir. We're looking forward to getting after it.
It's Nick Mills, the assistant coach who's in charge of the defensive backs. And Justin, what do you look for in assistant coaches?
You got to be comfortable, and it's something I tried to get Nick my first year whenever I first moved over here, and it just didn't work out. He was where it was, and I'm a big relationship person. You gotta have a relationship with kids, and if anybody on our staff, has a relationship and is good at having relationships with their kids, it's Nick. And he also, it's not being their friend, but it's being able to have that relationship where they trust you and believe you, but also you can talk to them. They know you're going to tell them the truth, and they respect that, part of it. And there's different ways to look at it. You can look at, do I want this just authoritarian who doesn't know the kids, who doesn't know this, but they got to know you love them. If they don't know you love them, you're not going to be able to get the best out of them. And Nick's that guy that's all our coaches. I feel like that's one thing that a lot of our coaches got, and that's something I look for. And you've got to be, the coaching's just not the 2 hours we're out there and from this. You got to be, hey, if they're not in school, if they're not doing their stuff, your position group, you're the dad of that position. You've got to make sure they're at school, they're doing the things they're supposed to. You got to connect with them, and there's more to it than just blowing a whistle and saying to start and stop. You've got to be over there to push them. You've got to be able to have that shoulder around them, because I'm getting on them all, and I can go around and be this, but it's relationship's a big deal. Relationship's a big deal for me. I think that's what kind of sets our program apart.
And one thing I've noticed when I've been out at the school after practices and so forth, you guys work together with study halls. If somebody's having a problem in class or whatever, you work together to get it.
Yeah, that's something I said our school does a great job with being able to allow us to get a coach, and all our kids are on study hall. We get a coach, they get to go spend an extra hour with them. Our coaches get a chance to go do that, and Nick's really good at math. I'm not a big math guy. Nick's a math guy, and he works at the middle school right now. But Nick's helping with math, or if we've got Coach Singleton and Coach Burns with social studies people, Coach Ray's in English. So we've kind of got a little split. If they need help with PE, we can just do some more up downs. But we can get them going, and we try to help them any way we can, because it's so much more. Everybody talks about the football, everybody talks about that, but it's the day-to-day interaction, that relationship with those kids, what makes it special. Like I said, the Dalton Stones who you see grow from this, the Sage Dawson you see, that you all see just out there playing. He's number 2 and he's got this on, but just the kid, the Avery Bodner, he's all the time something, he's just a fun kid to be around and do this. The Noah Clems, the Cooper Brummets, those guys are all that people just see a number sometimes when they're watching on Friday nights, but we get to see that kid every day and see what he does and where he's came from and how much better he's gotten every day. That's what makes coaching special.
All right, we're going to take our last break here. Boyle County is off tomorrow night. getting ready for a trip to Lexington to take on Lexington Catholic. We'll have it for you here on Z105. We'll be back with the final portion of our show in 3 minutes on the Hometown Radio Network.
When it comes to taking your medication, are you really following your doctor's directions? Your friends at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road understand the difficulty of following a medication program, especially if you are taking multiple medications, maintaining a busy schedule, experiencing side effects, or feeling better. But your Medicine Shop pharmacist also understands the importance of taking your medication properly, regardless if you are maintaining an ongoing treatment program or if you're just taking a one-time prescription. It is vital that you take your medication as prescribed so that you receive the fullest benefits. The Medicine Shop offers free weekly medication packaging. We customize your medication therapy and deliver your weekly package, all with no additional charge to you. Let us simplify your therapy and maximize your treatment plan. Visit the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road or call 238-0002 for more information about the importance of medication compliance. It's just another healthy reminder from the pharmacy that's all about your health.
Hey, Eddie Montgomery, I'm thinking about starting a new music career, kind of like John Daly. This is my course, na-na-na-na-na, where I was born. I love to play. I shot 2 under yesterday out at Old Bridge.
Mike, hold it. Please stick to golf proing and let me do the singing, okay, brother?
But I'm just so excited about everything we're doing to make Old Bridge better. It's a lot of fun out there, and I want to invite all my friends to come out.
Oh, please, somebody. No. Somebody get me to Old Bridge because I need a drink. Please.
Farmers National Bank is your lifetime bank because it meets your needs wherever you are. With locations in Boyle, Casey, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties, our team delivers a friendly, caring, and helpful in-branch experience. But when you are on the move, the bank provides easy-to-use, convenient technologies like mobile deposit, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, F&B card control, and teller on demand. Available in Danville, Harrodsburg, and Liberty. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Member FDIC.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
We're so excited. Nice weather's here, and we're going to wet our plants. Buddy Beaver here. Mulch to Go now has rock to go. Yes, we've been busy little beavers and expanded to add landscape, rock, sand, topsoil, compost, and more. We have a wide selection to choose from in both bulk and bags. Stop by Mulch to Go for your landscape needs from pine nuggets, pine straw, cedar, cypress, and playground chips, too.
Mulch to Go opens at 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 325-5858. They're located in Harrodsburg on the corner of 127 and Beaumont Avenue across from the old Spirit Chevrolet dealership.
It's Sleep Outfitters Upgrade and Save Sale. Upgrade your size and support and save up to $300 on all Sealy Spring mattresses. Plus, upgrade to an adjustable set and get a $200 instant credit. Sleep Outfitters in Danville, next to TJ Maxx.
And now back to the Rebel Roundup on Z105 WRNZ FM.
And we are back for the final portion of tonight's show here at Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Call ahead for carryout, 859-236-1237. Old Bridge has burgers, chicken sandwiches, all kinds of stuff, but they've also got salads, quesadillas, chicken breast or steak, grilled chicken wraps, pizza, shrimp and fish baskets, grilled cheese, hot dogs, something for everybody in your family. If you want to call ahead for a carryout, 859-236-1237, Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. Well, we've all been looking forward to this game coming up, and I don't think Lexington Catholic has disappointed anybody that like to watch the Knights play. They're 5-1 coming in. Their only loss at the hands of Covington Catholic, 7-6. they've waxed pretty much everybody they played. They beat Ryle, a good ball club, 27-21 in their opener, and I think that opened some eyes. They've got a new head coach, Bert Bathiani, and they seem to have bought into everything that he's talking about.
Yeah, most we've seen some highlights and do all that stuff. They're playing harder, it seemed like they did do last year. And like I said, this is always a game that it's a rivalry game. It's really the only rivalry I've known since I've been here. Everybody talked about the Danville rivalry, but this is the rival that we played, I think, 4 times in the last 2 years. So it's a game that just because you played them in the district and then you played them in the playoffs too, you had to play them in that second round if you continued to win. But we know we're going to get their best. They're playing better. They've switched up a little bit defensively than what they were running, and then offensively similar to what it is in the past. But they've got some players, and they're well coached. They're buying into a new coach. He's brought a new philosophy in there, and they're playing well. So it's going to be a battle, no doubt about it. We're going to get their best shot. We got to go to their place. It's going to be a great environment. We were able to go watch them versus Henry Clay and some of our guys. Them versus Henry Clay early on in the season. I think it was maybe the second game, and got to see their student section and all that kind of going. So it was good to get to go see them early.
In their 6 games, they've amassed about 2,000 total yards. Offense, it's about 3-to-1 passing to running, but who knows what'll happen next Friday night.
Yeah, a lot of these things, what they do, their quarterback, he's not the biggest guy. He's about 5'7", 150 pounds, but he moves and throws a catchable ball. That's the thing about him. A lot of times, even if they're covered, he's going to throw them a ball that they can make a play on. So we as a DB, this game, you got to be excited because you're going to get a chance to make some plays on the football. A lot of times you play these teams, they don't get the ball off. Unless they're wide open, they don't throw it, and they're just running it. This week, you're going to have a chance to make a play on the football. And, that should excite them, and I think it is. Our guys, I know our coaches have taken that thought on it, and, they're going to too. But then you look, the running back, Walker Hall, number 24, he's a big physical, and he played last year. Big physical back. I bet 5'10", 205, 210, and they do a good job getting him the ball on the edge. He runs inside. He kind of hits them everything, and even the quarterback will run it some. He's not real big, but he will try to take off and run the ball. The receiver, the kicker, he was a good player last year. I don't know his stats last year, what he got, but they've got 2 guys that they really get the ball to, 1 and 6, and 1, he has toasted everybody. And he's playing outside, talking about big play after big play, deep ball after deep ball, and he can play. He's got the ball in his hands. He makes some things happen. They do a good job getting him the ball in jet sweeps, and then obviously he's an excellent kicker.
If you're throwing the ball, seems to me like their offensive line has to be doing some stuff to give them time to do the things and to throw deep. What have you noticed?
Well, he gets rid of the ball quick. That's something that you've seen a lot of it. He's not the biggest guy. He ain't going to sit in the pocket too long. He moves around. He gets the ball out of his hands. He's not just going to sit there. They've done a good job moving him around. They do some sprint out stuff. And then also, I don't know what it is. I guess if you're Lexington Catholic, you're a great screen team. Don't matter what coach is there, what offensive coordinator, whatever, they always seem to be able to run screens. And they do a great job getting him out where if you are getting pressure on him, they're going to throw a quick screen in the middle. And seen them play Covington Catholic, PRP, they played those teams, and PRP's got all these players, and they 40-some to 19. Covington Catholic 7-6. They didn't miss the extra point. They had a bad snap. The guy fumbled it, and the guy didn't get a chance to kick it. Threw it out of bounds, so they lost by that play. You think about one play, you get beat 7-6, and Covington Catholic goes up Beechwood, and is a tough team. So you're trying to. I know we don't ever talk about comparing scores a whole lot because every day is different, but they're a quality football team. We're going to get their best shot.
Hope you have a great weekend and everything goes well for you as you prepare for Catholic next week. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
Justin Haddix, the head coach of the Boyle County Rebels, and also with us tonight, defensive backs coach Nick Mills. Our thanks to you for being with us. Thanks to Robert Wagner on studio controls tonight. This is Steve Bertram saying thanks for listening and good night. God bless America. On the Hometown Radio Network.
This has been the Rebel Roundup at Old Bridge Grill at Old Bridge Golf Course. Join us every Thursday evening at 6 during football season for the Rebel Roundup on Z105, WRNZ FM, and HometownLive.net. The voice of Boyle County Rebels football action all season long. Good night, Rebel fans.
The hits and the cats are on Z105 WRNZ, Lancaster, Danville.
Been hustling and tonight is my appraisal, 'cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders, so I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist.